Okay, sorry I'm late. Okay, so I'll just do an intro explaining that Clingfilm is a television series about the music and entertainment industry, promotes unsigned and independent music, hosted by myself, J Townsend, the British band Week 15, and tell everyone to like the Facebook, share and subscribe to the DstarBookings YouTube. Yeah? Cut? What, one take? That's it. That's a terrible intro. That's a terrible intro.
Folks don't recognize me, can't even speak my name. It's not a case of ignorance, my crossbreeding is to blame. I'm out when the sun shines, lay down in the rain. Can't find me a king, take away these chains. Throw me
With service to Amsterdam. Immediate boarding at gate B24.
All passengers are entitled to take one piece of hand luggage and one standard bag of airport shopping into the cabin on any flight departing from Edinburgh Airport.
Right, this season, me and my agent Debbie go to Hollywood. Stand by for something really fresh.
In addition to any crew member's instructions, smoking, including the use of e-cigarettes, is not allowed on any Delta flight. And federal law also prohibits tampering with, disabling, or destroying a resting smoke detector.
There are 8 exits on this plane. 4 doors, 2 on each side, and 4 window exits over the wings. Each door has a detachable sign that can be used as a raft. An additional raft is located in a compartment near the front of the plane.
All exits are clearly marked with an exit sign. However, if there's a loss of power and cabin visibility is reduced, lights will illuminate aisles to guide you to an exit.
Please take a moment to find the exit closest to you. And remember, they might be behind you.
Airwater evacuation is also unlikely, but just in case. Blacklists are located under your seats in the main cabin. If you're seated in the first class or business class cabin, blacklists are located either in the compartment beneath or adjacent to your seats. On behalf of everyone at Delta Airlines, we'd like to thank you for paying attention.
You're in a town where everyone seems to be talented. And I imagine it's not as... competition is pretty much fierce, so you must be very shit-hot at what you do, but you still have to hustle in a town like this, yeah?
Oh yeah, man. I mean, you know, and it's all about who you know, and a very, very important thing when you're a full-time musician, and this is like your means of living. It's a whole different ball game from when you have a band, you're just showcasing and all that stuff. Showcasing, I think, is a bunch of bullshit. You know, it's just nonsense because you have a whole bunch of bands trying to play one gig a night. You know, the sound is usually crappy. It's just bullshit. You know, it's not like back in the day where somebody will just go, "Oh, let me sign this band." You know, it's fucking nonsense. You basically spend money to do that. Okay, but what I'm talking about is, you know, making a living by just gigging. You know, that's a whole different ballgame. I mean, you got a bunch of cover shit. This is a bunch of bullshit, really, you know, but the fact about it is that you survive as a musician. You know?
Get by doing what you want to do.
Right. You don't get a regular job. And so in lieu of a regular job, you just hustle like a motherfucker. You know what I mean? I would play with a steel drum band, I'll play with a reggae band, play with my own band, you know. I actually played with, I did an album with Sting, did some voiceover on an album with Sting, I did some bass work on an album with Vanessa Williams, I did a bunch of studio work with all kinds of different artists and musicians or whatever, but people just come up and go, hey, I need a guitar player, or I need a bass player, or I need some vocals, or whatever. You know?
You were quite a busy session musician, weren't you?
Yeah, session musician, you know. Session musician and then gigs. We have like 2 or 3 gigs a day, you know. I'll do a gig in Santa Monica, then I'll run over to Malibu, and then I'll go to Riverside, you know, that kind of thing, you know. And we were just gigging, just, you know, hustling, man, you know what I mean? So I did that for like 15 years. First of all, you gotta have a shitload of talent. 1, right? You gotta be tight as a band. 2, you gotta have money. 3, okay? Because nobody giving you shit, and usually these venues, they want you to sell tickets, right? And if you don't, I mean, you gotta sell tickets. So that's how they make their money. You know, these promoters, you know, and so it's all a money game. It's not. I mean, you can't just come here and go, okay, well, I'm just gonna go get gigs. This doesn't work that way. You have to have connections. You gotta know somebody. You gotta, you know, somebody go, okay, you know what? I'm promoting this band, whatever. You gotta have backing. You know what I mean?
Are we talking the pay to play culture?
Well, it's not really pay to play. What it is that you gotta sell tickets. So it's not like, well, yeah, here's some money. Let me get a slot. It's like, okay, here's 50 tickets. $10 a piece or $15 a piece, whatever. You gotta sell these tickets, you know, because and that would determine your place at the night of the show, you know. So if the band who sells the most tickets get, you know,
they'll get the better slots.
Yeah, get the better slots, you know. Or if you don't sell enough tickets, they wouldn't call you back for the next show, that kind of thing. You know what I mean?
So you did use the word bullshit, didn't you? Really?
Well, because it is bullshit. Because
I'm just listening. Yeah,
it is bullshit.
I'm just proving I'm listening to you. Yeah.
If you think that you're gonna come here and do this, and then somebody's gonna sign you, you're gonna make a bunch of money, forget about it. You know what I mean? I mean that happens to very, very few people, so especially now. You know?
You'd say like where bands are doing with showcasing things, and they're not paying to play, but they're getting the tickets, they're selling the tickets, getting the people down there. There's not as many opportunities, would you say, for like say in the old days where you had an A&R guy and you go, I want to publish you. You get less of that then. Yeah,
I think so. Yeah, I think that what you gotta do is you gotta do the work on your own. You gotta, you know, get the licensing deal, get your stuff out there online, go out there, do social media thing, you know, try and get these stuff to go viral. However you can do that, whatever. Once you do that, you're gonna get the attention. You don't even have to play a show. People will be like, hey, I want you on my show. You guys are fucking doing the shit, you know what I mean? So you gotta really do especially now, you gotta make your mark. You know, you can't just come and go, oh, you know, hook me up. No, you gotta hook yourself up. You gotta come on, you gotta fucking promote the crap out of your stuff. You know what I mean? And online is, I like the whole online thing because really, you can be your own record label now. You know, you can be your own promoter. You can be your own agent. You know, I mean, it's great to have these people doing stuff for you, but I think that these days, the only way that's going to happen is if you make the effort first, and you put yourself out there. People are going, wow, I keep seeing this guy. Who is this guy? You know, who's this band or whatever? Oh wow, let me get onto these people because they're doing stuff. You know what I mean? They're blazing the trail. You know, so it's really your enthusiasm it's like your enthusiasm is gonna blaze the trail for you. It's not like somebody going, oh, these guys have talent. I saw them in the garage and they're great. Let me blaze the trail for them. I don't think it happens anymore. You know what I mean? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think I think that's a thing of the past. Really. Or somebody see at a showcase and go, oh, sign these guys. Let's give them $1 million. You know, and I don't think it happens anymore. You know.
That's being if that's nice. You've lived here long enough to be able to say that.
Say again.
You've lived here long enough to be able to say something.
Oh, yeah.
It's not like we just found you on the streets and just said, what do you think? You've got the experience.
Oh, yeah.
Have you been doing music since you've been here? Have you?
I've been doing music since I was a child. Since I was like 10 years old. I grew up in a musical family. My father created soca music.
Yeah.
Right? And so, you know, he was a big musical pioneer in my country. So by the time I was 10, I was performing with him, and I stayed with him till I was like 20, and then moved out on my own, formed a band with my brother. I was like a Justin Bieber of Trinidad at one point. I became a pop star for the wrong reason, because I was also a model. So I did some beer commercials, and that's what catapulted me to stardom. So everybody, and the beer company I worked for was called Carib, right? So everybody knew me as the Carib Man, you know? So I got sick of, after like a year and a half of being the Carib Man.
Like stereotypes.
Yeah, I was just like, you know, what is this crap? I'm a musician, I'm not a fucking Carib Man, you know? So I had to get the fuck out of there. A couple years prior to my move from Trinidad, actually at the height of my popularity down there, I went to visit my dad. Well, I left out a big part of the story because my dad, during the 70s and like early to late 70s, my dad was really, really big. You know, he was the first artist in Trinidad to ever have a gold certified record, that kind of thing. You know, he's a very, very big artist. And then he became very, very religious. He had a mental breakdown, but he had a complete epiphany. Burned all his clothes, threw all his jewelry in the sea, and thought he was John the Baptist and moved us to the jungle. Okay, so from the time I was like 12 till I was like 20, I grew up in the jungle. You know, so my whole adolescence was spent in the jungle. So the significance of that is when I was like 21 and you know, popular and stuff, one day I went to visit my family in the jungle. And like I said, I was popular at the time. There was this woman there. She was from California, and she was an agent. She came there with her brand new son and her boyfriend for my dad to like bless the kid, you know, because my dad was kind of like a guru, you know, everybody go up there and bless the newborn and that kind of thing, right? So when she saw me, she was like, wait a second, aren't you the guy on TV doing those Carib commercials?
The beer commercial.
Yeah, so I was like, well, yeah. She's like, what the heck are you doing up here in the jungle? You know, I said, well, this is my family. And she goes, oh, wow, that's crazy. So she gave me a card. She said, well, if ever you made it to the States, give me a call. At that time, I had no intentions of coming to the States. I was just like, whatever, I'm doing my thing here, I'm good, you know? So when I moved to Jersey, and I was just doing nothing over there, my other brother who was still in Trinidad at the time said, hey, why don't you give this woman a call and see if she can do something for you? So I called her. The next day, she sent a ticket for me. She's like, you gotta get the fuck out of Jersey. You gotta come to LA, man, you know? So I was like, hell yeah. So I came here, and she's like, I was like, that's it, man. This is it. LA is it for me.
And would you say it was the best move you made?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. I know it was all because of her, because she facilitated my being here.
So she was the catalyst for the entire...
Well, yeah. If it wasn't for her, I would not be here right now. Because she gave me a deal, and she was like, you know, I'm going to pay your rent and food and board, whatever, for a year, and I'm gonna finance your demos, all that stuff. We're going to shop you to record labels and all that stuff, right? So that's how I ended up out here. So that was 1990.
Hello, the Dust. This is your. Would you say this is your main project now for fun? Would you say?
Yeah. This is my. I don't play with any other. I don't do any other musical. If I'm playing, I'm playing with Hello, the Dust. You know. And it's that's it, you know, because I really don't have time otherwise, you know. Everybody in the band is all seasoned musician. My bass player / trombone player / guitar player John McKnight. He used to play with Fishbone for a long time. He played with Etta James. He played with Rappert. He's played with, I mean, there's a myriad of people, of big artists, you know. And he actually used to play with Ben Harper also.
Wow.
He was the original, one of the original members of Ben Harper's band.
So you got some pretty cool guys then.
Oh yeah. My drummer Josh, he's been around the scene for a very long time. So is my bass player, my steady bass player Kevin. He's playing with a myriad of bands. He's actually some stuff with Sugar Ray also. You know, so you know we're all seasoned musicians, and we just been around the block. We're not, you know, newcomers. We're not wankers. You know what I'm saying?
Do they say wankers over here? 'Cause I always feel Americans don't know what that word means.
Well, I'm not American, so.
I'm so glad we have this opportunity to talk to you.
Yeah, it was awesome, and I really enjoyed it myself. It was great.
Thank you for taking the time out, and gotta say, been an absolute pleasure. Thank you, Dereck.
Thank you.
I'll get a shot at shaking hands because that always looks like genuine. Not like it's like shake, just get grab him by the neck. So it's really. Actually, do you want to do that? That looks quite good. Do you want to grab us by the neck? That'd be quite. Okay, that was episode 1. Next is episode 2, and like yeah, just subscribe to YouTube. And you get you get an update, yeah. Update your YouTube, yeah. Like, share, and subscribe, yeah. Clingfilm.